Hello, 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 hello. How are we doing this evening? I know currently, right now, I'm probably talking to absolutely bloody nobody. Amber is not here to prepare and share out, so I'm just completely winging it right now. I just want to say, Portsmouth City Council, and probably pretty much every council and multi-agency around the UK, you're an absolute disgrace. I have never seen anything like it. I've spent the last 2 days with my community, right? And I am absolutely devastated and heartbroken in the way that the Roberts Centre, the way that Portsmouth Council, the way the police, the way social care, adult children social services, and this isn't just Portsmouth, but rather than being out there campaigning, I'm still always campaigning. I've been able to deal with things a little bit different. Today, I have seen the Roberts Centre and Portsmouth Council take a marriage of 30 years, and today I have watched the woman sit on a bench with her stuff packed up and now been moved into a B&B to take her away from her husband, who's an alcoholic. Yes, he is an alcoholic. Yes, he is bloody hard work. The man used to work for the BBC as a producer for the snooker. He is an ex-aristocrat. He is an ex. I didn't actually do last night, honey. I fell asleep at 10. He is who he says he is. I am getting sick and tired of these labels that are being put on people. Psychology has already stepped it up. Psychology has already understood and got the message hard, clear, and fast. Every single one of you are normal human beings. As you go through life, you will experience pain and pleasure. It is as simple as that. We will move between pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure. We will then learn to avoid pain. We will then also learn to avoid pleasure because it brings disappointment. And that's all that happens as us as a human being. And what it does is it either causes trauma or blessing. All these bullshit psychology fucking bullshit stems of the branch, and it really is a stem of the fucking branch. So take a tree, the root, the person, and the branches, and it makes up a whole personality. How did you get in the keys there? Okay, lights on, by the way. So basically, psychology has caught up with the white, well, nearly caught up. So basically, you experience trauma. So you experience a one-off, hard-hitting, bad experience that causes trauma, or lots of different amalgamations of lots of different trauma. I've spent the last few days with depressed, diagnosed with borderline personality, bipolar, all of the normal things that we come from. But this is the other end of the spectrum. So you guys on this side are the ones who have had the kids taken. I've been spending time with people where social have come in and gone, right, you do this, this, and this, and they've agreed to do it, and they're more institutionalized than the people who've had their kids taken. Now, I'm going to go up and see Graham in a minute, and I'm going to make sure Graham is okay, because literally 2 hours ago, his partner of 30 or so years has literally been put in a taxi and taken to a B&B, and they have separated them. I'm not saying Graham isn't hard work. He is. He's ranting about Trump. He's ranting about Boris. He's ranting about political stuff. It's exactly what I go through with Dean, okay? It's people ranting who have had enough. Now, Graham was around in the BBC at the time that all this shit was going on, and he has been traumatized by it. What concerns me is right here, right now, so I'm not going to stay here long because Liam is in this evening and he's going to give me the space to go up and see Graham. No, I couldn't go and see Graham up in his apartment with my kids. I'm not stupid. Chances are Graham is going to be very scared up there because he knows they're coming for him. When I knock on the door, I'm going to have to say, Graham, it's Kelly, it's fine. Graham, it's Kelly. Graham, it's Kelly. Yeah, and he will answer the door. Chances are Graham's going to be stood when the police and social and all these people come. Graham will probably be stood defending himself, and they're not going to get this. They're not going to understand it. Now, what is annoying me is there's a lot of people from top and middle who have ended up down at the bottom. Top, middle and bottom. We work in 3 divides of classes, whether you like it or not. All you people on benefit systems, you're the parasites, you're the peasants, you're the low level of society, me too included. Middle class, you're the middle class, upper class. That's the way it works. Aristotle's, he has come from there down to there. He was a producer at the time of, is it Alex Higgins and all that sort of stuff. Look, they were party boys. They were party boys, and they got drunk, and they ended up with drinking problems. And he's ended up shoved in this place. Now, what annoys me is I saw Jenny today with his partner, with a bag, a plastic bag, and she's just been told they met out here. Do you know where they fucking met? I'll show you where they met to make this decision. Sorry, I've nearly cut you off then. You see that bench down there? 2 members of the Portsmouth City Council and 2 members of Roberts Centre gathered a conversation, sat down there and around there to make decisions on these people's lives. Now, Graham does shout, he does rant, he does sit outside going, Boris, Boris, you're going to do it. Come on, Boris, help us. Come on, Boris. He's all about Boris Johnson. He does come from the lines of the Doodah people. He isn't lying. He's not grandeur. He's just become an alcoholic. He does sit outside shouting. If I ever sit with Graham outside, I do come in with wet legs. He does urinate and he does wet himself. They've got trauma. So why do you, Portsmouth City Council, every fucking council in this country, to you police officers, because I'm sure Lisa Bartle is going to have the police check my videos again, to all of the multi-agency people, psychotherapists, psychologists, whatever, when somebody has trauma, you treat it with love, care, kindness, compassion. That man is up in his room right now. His missus has been forced into a taxi to a B&B, and they are now separating them, and now they are sticking Graham on the fucking streets. They are not institutionalizing him. They are not giving him help. They are putting him on the fucking streets. And I am livid. And I am livid that this is happening all around our country. With these fuckwit people who know nothing about individual people's lives. They know fuck all about people, and all they do is they come in with their pens and their fucking papers and their fucking diagnosis clips and go, oh, you've got this, oh, you've got that. I'm sorry, you are not fit for fucking society. He needs someone to talk to. He needs somebody to sit down with him and go through his fucking life with him and help him understand how the fuck he ended up in this situation. Yes, he's old. They've given up on him. They have given up. And what annoys me is you have got people from the ground up with no fucking life experience. They've made nothing of their fucking lives. They've achieved no fucking goals. And they think they want to fucking help people. And do you know what they're doing? They're causing trauma, 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 trauma on fucking trauma. And I think this is bollocks. I have had 15 mothers in the garden yesterday, fucking crying their damn eyes out, getting rid of all the shit, getting rid of all the fucking crap, getting rid of all the emotional baggage, getting rid of all the things that they've never been able to say. Because if you say it to a psychologist, oops, upside their head, you're going into a mental health fucking hospital. If they speak to social services, oops, upside their heads, we're threatening to take your kids off you. If they say it to a fucking police officer, oops, upside the fucking head. Now, it's time to oops upside the head these bastards. Now, every single person who works for the state is a human being. We are all human beings. Men and women, we ain't fucking equal. We never will be equal. Stop with your fucking equality fucking bullshit. We ain't equal. We never will be equal. We never will be equal. Do you understand? A man and a woman are designed differently. Our brains are different. The mechanics in our brains are different. Our muscle structures are different. Our anatomy is fucking different. We're all different. Caroline is not the same as me. She's different. Claire is not the same as me. She is different. Oliver is not the same as me. To every single person here, not one of us is the same. Now, we all have a bone structure and a skeleton. We all have flesh. We all have bones. And we all have a damn personality and a character about us. And we're all here to do a very, 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 very different thing. Some people will serve and they will clean the streets. And hats off to all the cleaners out there. Don't ever feel degraded or demoralized or say, I am just a cleaner. Because if we didn't have cleaners in this country, we would live in a fucking dumping ground. It is because of the cleaners that we wake up in the morning to a tidy, clean society. It's because of the different people and different structures that we have what we have. Doctors are no better than a nurse. A nurse is no better than an HCA. An HCA is no different than a porter. And a porter is no better than a cleaner. Somebody who works at Tesco's is no better than the manager is no better. Now that's the only time that we have any form of equality. The difference is in the choices that we make. But what is annoying me is you've got two sides of this coin plus three. You have people who are resourceful, who are equipped, and who have the tools. And God forbid they have a disaster. They can pick themselves back up. But then you have the people who are struggling. And all these city councils are doing, all these police officers are doing is suppress you, knock you down, tell you you're this, tell you you can't do this, tell you you're that, stick your freaking labels on you. Do you know what you need to do, guys? Stick them fucking labels up their fucking arses and tell them straight. You have either been through one off, 2, 3 events that have caused significant trauma in your life and you need to talk about it, or amalgamated lots of little bits of trauma that have eventually made you, and you're not depressed. You ain't depressed. You're suppressed. Dogma. You've been dogmatized. Because somebody turns around and says, hey, here's your home, you've got to live there. No, you have a choice. Okay, you might need to go and work and save and do things, and it might take you 18 months, 2 years, even 5 years. But what they tell you you are and what they tell you you're about is absolute bollocks. It's opinionated, it's judgmental, and it's based on resources and budgeting and what they can be asked to do for you. They didn't have the time to deal with this situation with Graham sitting out here today. Now, here's the funny thing about it. Today I got a boxing coach, as I said on my live this morning. The guys come out of the boxing circuit today, and Graham had come from town. He's shouting, come on, Boris, you can do it, Boris, walking down the street. Shouting about different people, naming the paedophiles, naming Jimmy Savile, naming the people from the BBC that were involved. I got 19 sturdy, stolid men out the front here. Nobody knows how to deal with Graham. People in the residence area, they don't know how to deal with Graham. Graham isn't the problem. His trauma is the problem. Graham is not the problem. People's reaction to his trauma and how he's coping with it is the problem. Graham has been through too much. And he cannot, if they do what they think they're going to do to him, it is the most horrendous thing. So now I really, really do want this equestrian, because I would take Graham and Jenny with me. 100%. I would detox the man and I will help him with his trauma, and I would do that. I would have a very different space for my kids while I deal. I'd have two sides of the avenue, and that's what I want to do. I want this trauma centre now. I've had enough. I go out there and the weirdest thing happened. I ended up putting my hand up to the people who were belittling him and saying, who do you think you are? This man used to work for the BBC as a documentary, as a producer. He's become an alcoholic. That doesn't give you the rights to ridicule him. All of a sudden, some guy comes off. He says, hello, Kelly. He says, Miss Cotton, isn't it? I said, yeah. He said, we're not. He said, I'm not going to be ridiculing him. Forget it. He said, and well done. I said, how do I know you? He said, you'll learn one day. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. He said, I see you every day. I have a feeling it was Buddy, who was the police officer that was stood with me after I was arrested and tamed, who told me everything that was going on here in Portsmouth City Council. Now, I've had enough, because Graham and Jenny is just one story. All your stories is just one story, okay? We have trauma. The best thing that every single one of you could do is gather as many photographs of your life as you've got. Gather as many clippings, any certificates that you've got, anything that you've done, and do a timeline. Put your birth certificate up the day that you were born, and put together as many things all the way through to the age that you are now. Write the positive and negative experiences that happened. I'm going to help you do this because it's really important. It will help you. It will help you bring back the good memories, because with trauma, it overtakes the good memories. It traumatizes you. They recognize PTSD with soldiers because they consider that a traumatic experience. I could shut this window on my son's finger and it could cause trauma. Trauma can happen in any way, shape or form. You have a car crash, cause trauma. Your partner leaves you, cause trauma. It's how you deal with it and what you perceive it to be. You could have been raped and sexually abused. Cause you trauma. The difference is whether you become a victim or a victor, whether you overcome trauma. And that's the difference. The majority of people who live in this block haven't had the opportunity to overcome this trauma. But the way that the system is dealing with it is putting trauma on trauma on trauma. I'm going to go and check on Graham very quickly. I have to be careful because he could keep me up there all bloody night. I might even find he, have a knife behind the door and he's scared shitless. But at the end of the day, his partner has left him. She hasn't left him. She's been told she has to leave. She sat out there today with her bags, not even a toothbrush. She's just got some couple of jumpers. They've paid for her to go on B&B today. She doesn't even know what's going on. She's worried. She doesn't know who's going to look after him. She says he can't do his own washing. And apparently they are coming to remove him out of his property. I cannot sit back. I have dealt with today a lady who gave birth to a premature baby and helped her today come to a great place. Another mother who's now recently been diagnosed with a similar condition as me. Another mother now thinking about being a journalist. She's always wanted to be a journalist. She's always her whole life wanted to be a journalist. So I said, research me, write me a documentary, and therefore you write me an article that'll make you a journalist. Another mother wants a baby clothes shop to help people like the mother right now who hasn't got any clothes for special needs and just building them up. She wants to be able to give mothers like me, the chance to have, and she's actually collected up to help another pregnant mum. The majority of us go through education without the basic life tools. Myself, my Liam, my son, we're quite lucky because we went to the 1% and we learned what the 1% don't tell the 99%. And we're now about to apply it. Liam is already applying it. He's doing really well. He's being who exactly he wants to be. People like Graham, society has given up on them. When people see a crackhead, a smackhead, an alcoholic, they just go, they're a smackhead, crackhead, and an alcoholic. I see trauma. I see the person that they once should have been if they hadn't have been through the experiences that they've been through. We all just need to talk, get it off our chest. Because if you go to the doctors, you'll get 5 minutes. If you go to a counsellor, you'll get 45 minutes plus your in and out and walking time 6 times. And then that's it. If you talk to your family and friends, they'll project on you because they don't understand. That's why I do lives. It helps me. This helps me. This helps me deal with my trauma. What's going on down there causes me trauma. The difference is you've just seen me. I'll go, but the difference is I come back. Because I have the tools, and also I have the Holy Spirit and Jesus in my heart. You know, I can't do this in the flesh. I can only do this within the spirit. Otherwise, I would just be decayed. And I have a vision, and I hold on to it every day. I have a vision where our system comes from compassion, understanding, empathy, sympathy, and actually understands the individual, who they are. I got another mum joining me with my roller boots. She said, I've never put roller boots on since I was 11 years old. I said, neither did I. I held on to the buggy for every day first. Yes, I ended up on my ass a few times, but it teaches you to get back up. She's now gone home to order some roller boots and she's going to meet me and we're going roller booting. This is not my home. It's not where I want to be. But I cannot sit back watching my community suffer. And this is my community. This is my community and their community. From this window here, from where I see, to the boys playing football over there. There is thousands of people here. Thousands. Stuck in a box, put in a box, ticking the boxes. To do what with their lives? Absolutely jack shit. To come out to the park on a daily basis. To sit in the park on a daily basis. Most of them can't afford to go into town. They can't afford to go because damn, their kids might ask them for an ice cream. This is a FEMA camp. And this isn't just in Portsmouth. This is all around the fucking UK and all around the damn world. And what's happening is people being diagnosed with labels, branches of the tree. The difference between an apple or a banana, they're all fruit. Apple, banana, pear. It's all fruit. It's all fruit. It might even be bruised. But when you've got a bruised apple and a bruised banana, the difference is you can throw it in the bin. It's gone. Us human beings, we ain't apples and bananas that can be bruised and thrown away. We all get bruised. We all bruise easily. We're all vulnerable. And what we got to do with that vulnerability is become authentic with it. Take that vulnerability and be raw, be open, honest, and transparent. Because all you're going to do is end up being labelled and medicated. That isn't the answer. Yes, trauma will fry the brain. Yes, trauma will swell the amygdala. And yes, trauma will keep playing with your the glands. So you've got to start changing what it means to you. What trauma means to me is you make me stronger, harder, faster, and you bring me closer to the Lord and my true self every day. Every time I go through trauma, people like Lisa, the bullies, the trolls, the harassers, they sometimes will bring me to my knees, and then I will open up all my arms and I will give it to the Lord. Sometimes they make me cry, and I will shed every layer of that onion skin, layers off, layers off, layers off, to eventually get to my core, my trauma. And my trauma comes from the fear of this system, the fear of being sectioned, the fear of being arrested, the fear of being detained, and the fear of having my children taken from me. And I live with that trauma every day. Graham is upstairs traumatized. Doesn't know when they're coming. Doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know where Jenny is. He's probably walking around his house now, worrying that Jenny doesn't have this, her favourite book, doesn't have this, doesn't have that, doesn't have this. He's got the weekend. He's going to be left stewing all weekend. Not worried if he goes out, if he says something, if he roars, is someone going to arrest me? Am I going to be sectioned? He should be able to outlet in any way, shape, or forms. Oh my God, have I just raised my voice? What you going to do about it? Arrest me? For what? Breach of peace? Section me? Because she's mad, she's crazy. Oh, I'm mad, all right. I'm fucking fuming. I'm fuming at the way that the authorities and multi-agencies are treating people. She's mad, she's crazy. She's got mental health issues. I'm hearing people every day, I've got mental health issues. I've got mental health issues. No, you haven't. You've got fucking arsehole issues. That's what you got. You got fucking cunting arsehole issues who sit in an office and have to tick a box. And you have to fit into one of them boxes. Hey, be it you're married or you're single, you're gay, you're lesbian, you're straight. You come from Britain, you come from another country. Have you got a disability? Have you got mental health? You've got to tick one of the boxes, mate. Because if you don't tick those boxes, that's it. And this is how also limiting I am. I'm not paid until the 18th, right? Liam didn't get paid this morning either. I actually went over to the food bank today because I had no milk, no things. All the jars have now gone. You only get 3 vouchers. Now, in order to go over to the church to continue, you have to go over with your needs and things like that. They denied my baby milk today. They denied us a food bank today. Now I was allowed to come and take 2 items off the table, but I ranted. Thank you for that, Daniel. I ranted in there that you're meant to be a church. And I told them, I've come over to your church on a Easter day, and they were closed. And somebody had actually turned up with a food bank parcel. And they took that food bank parcel in, and they put it in storage to go off when there was a pregnant woman and a couple stood at the door asking whether or not, the food bank was open on that particular day. We'd not long been here. And we were denied on Easter. These are churches. These are churches that are meant to be doing the work of Jesus, not the work of Babylon system. They don't work for the state. Churches do not work for the state. Churches work for the Lord himself, for Jesus himself. They are meant to be people who serve the people, who serve the public, who help people from the ground up. They are here to help the drunkards. They are here to help the alcoholics. They are here to help the people in destitution. Not to turn a mother with 2 children away. Now, as it was, the woman making the coffee said, give me your bottle, I'll fill it up so the babies can go to sleep. My son has sorted the milk out this evening. Done very well, got some shopping. He's only on an apprentice wage. We only pay monthly. If I form as a charity, I will become just as bad as these people, governed by red tape. But what people don't like about somebody like me is I quite happy sit on a bench with Graham. I sit on a bench with Graham all day if I had to. I get covered in urine all day if I have to. I'll have his alcohol spilling all over me if I have to. I'll be shouting and ranting and raging if I have to. Because the only way he's going to get that pain out is to get it out. The more he sits there suffering in that pain, the harder it's going to get. To medicate him, I'll tell you about medication, right? If you want to deal with your trauma, your medication is masking it. It's like alcoholism, smoking a joint, taking some drugs. You mask it. You put masks. Doesn't happen. It causes gangrene. It causes ill health. It causes disease in your body. Nah to the medication. Nah. That medication will make you suicidal. That medication will cause you trauma. That medication will cause you to hallucinate. Have you seen the side effects on these medications? You can't deal with your shit. I guarantee you, whatever you are feeling, whatever you have been through, I can recall And I'll do it to you right here, right now, to show you how easy it is. July, school holidays of 1991. I was 11 years old, coming back from the swimming. Bit older boys, because my mum and dad had separated and I was getting a bus and hanging around on the streets. One put a knee into my arm. Another put a knee into my arm. Another, my son's here, but he doesn't know about this. Another put a knee into my leg. Another put a knee into my leg. While a lady, a girl, held my head and held me back. But I was raped by 6 of these lads. I made a decision that very moment. They might have got my body, but they'll never get my soul. That situation causes trauma and trauma and trauma and trauma. I was always worried that I wouldn't be able to cope with the pain. The day that I decided to deal with this and take on a mask, I sobbed, I cried. But you know what? All of a sudden, I felt better for it. When we cry and we break down, we're worried about it's going to break us to pieces. We're worried when we get into the rocking chair. And we get to that point and we think that we're going to die. We think that we can't cope. We think the pain is so severe. We want to get nagged. We want to take pills. We can't cope with that pain. The last 3 seconds. It's like a nicotine addiction. The last 3 seconds. Sob, cry, go into that energy, go into that space, go into that place. Remind yourself, go there, and then let it go. Wow, fuck, was I carrying that around all that time? Was it really as easy as that? You won't get that from a therapist, a psychiatrist, or a counsellor, because they haven't got the nous about them to go through the pain barrier with you. They will cut you off if you raise your voice. They will tell you you can't swear. They will tell you don't get up, don't rah, 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 rah. You have to go there. You have to. I'm going boxing to deal with mine. Smack the fucking pads in. Yeah, that's how I deal with it. Get me roller skates on, shove it out. Someone like Graham just needs to rant and get it all out to somebody who's listened. And then he needs to hear these words. Wow, Graham, that must have been really hard, mate. Can't believe you got this far. Well done, you. It must have been really difficult. You had a really hard time. No wonder you're so angry. What he doesn't need is, you're mad, you are. You got mental health issue. Graham, people can't cope with you because you just push him back in. So Portsmouth City Council, you are a disgrace. You do not know your people. You do not understand pain and trauma. You are nothing more than parasites. You are the parasites. All you're interested in is getting your payday at the end of the month and going and paying for your fucking TV license, which is feeding a fucking paedophile, paying your tax, which is feeding a fucking war, going and buying your material fucking bullshit that means absolutely jack shit, that when you die, mate, it all goes back in the box. So it's time that we have real people doing real things, really helping people. Social workers, get off your fucking asses out of them fucking offices. Get rid of that fucking stupid dog tag around your fucking neck. Get rid of your bullshit bureaucrat fucking red tape shit and come and sit and have a real coffee and a chat with someone one day. Come and sit on the fucking front line. Come and sit down on that bench with 8 other mums and actually talk to them about how they're feeling and what they need around them. Get out of your ridiculous fucking bullshit protocol, when reports have got to be written, when this has got to be done, when that's got to be done. And hey, we've got to write tick boxes. We've got to put it into a category, darling. Put them in a category. Then cats. And your systemized bullshit. I'm sorry, but you can't judge people based on if you have a disability and you get personal PIP. And all of a sudden from this, you're allowed so much money. Well, I'm sorry, but not everybody's disability costs the same. Some people's needs are different. So get rid of your bullshit fucking equality, fucking bullshit drama that's going on. And remember that we are all individuals. Our needs are similar. Roof, if need be, or shelter from the rain. Clothes on our body. Food in us. You know, to have love, connection, growth, significance, to be part of something. To wake up every day and to be a significant person in someone's life who helps them do something they couldn't do is probably one of the most greatest rewards. To actually spend some time with somebody who has probably not got a lot of shit off their heads, who maybe is just having a really fucking bad day. And you know what? They might offload to you and go off and have the most amazing day. Yesterday, the 6 mums that were chatting to me when I went and rang ITV, I didn't realise had all broke down crying after I left. When I got there today, I saw very different mums. Mums that wouldn't even sit together, come together. Hey, good morning. People coming outside to me to my window. Morning, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? You coming down today? People sitting around talking about the things that they want to go and do. They're even all talking about going down on an outing to the splash pool. That's how bad it is, an outing from here to the splash pool. We're all talking about going to the bandstand tomorrow as well. That's beautiful. That's real community. Even the goblin, I now call her by her name. I won't say her name on it because I don't have permission to talk about her. But even she's getting a bit ballsy with me now today. It's quite funny. She's getting there. She's bantering with me. You know, and it's lovely. And I've it's been a great opportunity for people to tell me about the experiences and stuff, and you know what they've been dealing with, and how hard it's been. But to sit and watch members of staff make a decision on somebody's life, stood in the garden, they reacted too quickly. They have now told the woman that if she doesn't leave, she's worried. She can't cope with it herself, but she could with the right support. She could with the right people around her. If I had a farm right now, they'd be coming with me. I've seen it too often. The state is promoting single life, promoting individuality, which is good, but not the concept of marriage. I know people who've been married 17 years. The state have come in and divided them. I know people who they have been married 60 years, and then all of a sudden they're being separated and divided into old people's homes. Really? Really? Is that what you want to do to people? Graham and Jenny have been together for years, through absolutely everything together. That man is now upstairs by himself. Nobody's been to go and see him to make sure he's okay while Jenny is not there. Jenny is sitting in a B&B, not even knowing what's going to happen this weekend or how things are, worrying about Graham. And they're being told that they're going to be moved out and evicted from this place. Jenny hasn't got the strength to hold her ground with Graham. She's gone. They told her they're going to move her out, so she's gone. I guarantee you, it takes 6 months for fucking courts and council to get them out of there. But she's gone. They will tell you that you need to do this, this, and this. They'll even give you a consequence if you don't do it. This is the action of consequence. Learn your laws and rights. We are still under the EU. We still have human rights. And then when we are out of the human rights, we will be in the UK Bill of Rights. America has its constitution around the world. You are spiritual beings having a human experience, and you are powerful beyond all measures. They want to dumb you down. They don't want you thinking for yourself, because then we become uncontrollable as a nation. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with the services that can go up, go to work, and go home and put their head on a pillow thinking that they're helping people. They ain't helping people. They are hindering people. They are doing the work of the devil. They are the satanic fucking bastards. Now, had you given me somebody out there holding them together, going, right, this is a couple, they've been together for years. Graham, he's got these problems. Jenny, she's struggling. Right, this is not the right place for them. It's too busy. We need to move them somewhere quiet, a nice bungalow somewhere. Jenny might need a cat. He's going to need a dog. Get him out. We're going to get alcohol support workers in there. We're going to get counsellors in there to help them. That's the system I want to see. You don't treat people by what your council has and doesn't have. There is a better way than the way that this system is working. So, is it Neil Ayling I'm dealing with? Nah, Neil Ayling, actually. Neil Ayling is a fucking cunt from from Wales who took my son. Oh, what's his name? I know who it is, Matthew or something. The chief executive of Portsmouth. Me and you next week, mate. We're going on one-on-one. I will find you in your cafe. I will find you on the way to your meetings. I will find you to your fucking house. Me and you, chief executive, who likes to put me on the phone to his secretary, I'm going to find you next week. And we are having a conversation. And I'm going to traumatize your fucking little mind with the amount of stories of the way that your system is abusing people. It's abusing them. Like the foster care kid that was dealing weed, who's now sitting in Scotland, institutionalized. The moment you threaten to take a child with your poxy bullshit letters that say, we have cause for concern for the well-being of your child and we're going to invite you to a legal planning meeting. We will be on so-and-so date. We would advise you to maybe attend with a legal solicitor. And at the bottom it will say, if you do not respond to this letter, we will have the power to go to the courts and remove your child. Trauma. Trauma. Police officer detaining somebody and sending them for sectioning because what? They're fucking pissed off with the way the society's going. People are getting pissed off with the way that the totalitarian state are coming in. People have had enough with our Mickey Master fucking MPs and parliament people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm not surprised we're pissed off. I'm not surprised that we've had enough. The system is there to support the people. And that's the way it's going to be. Police, you're there to protect and serve the people. And even the criminals, the petty shaft, you need to be able to understand them as an individual. A lot of shoplifting going to go on soon. A lot. The worse that this universal credits thing gets, the worse that this employment thing gets, the worse that people are losing their jobs. People will turn to desperation. We need hope. We need a new vision for Great Britain. We need a leader, and I say leader, an enabler, an empowerer. Someone who's going to lead us into the light. Someone who's going to take us. We have been in the wilderness for fucking years. We have been in the wilderness for damn generations. And it's time that whoever takes the role of president, empower a new vision for the people, to take us out of the dark and put us into the light. And the only way that you can get rid of the dark is to shine a light on the dark. Balance and polarity will always exist. You're always going to have good times, bad times, up, down. But it's what it means to you. What my abuse and rape means to me is it makes me a better person to help other people who've been through it. It makes me a better, stronger, harder person to fulfill whatever it is that I want to do. Now, Liam's just settling down, and I really, really want to quickly pop up and see Graham before Liam goes to bed. Just make sure he's all right before he goes to bed, and then hopefully pop and see him tomorrow. And yeah, Portsmouth City Council, you're a fucking disgrace. To everybody who's listened, hello, hope you have a lovely day. I'm really fuming with this shit right now. And I just want to go and see Graham and just make sure that he's okay. and I might be back on in a bit. I haven't had a chance to catch up. Lisa fucking did my nutting. You ever message? In fact, I run my fella's account, so it's lucky. And I've spoken to him about it today, and all he says is it'll just get you arrested, mate. And if you make them allegations again, I really wouldn't piss Dean off, because Dean is the sort that protects his family with shooting you to the head, mate, and he won't think twice about it. You know, police know it. Everybody knows it. So don't push him to it, because he just make go missing, mate. You cause harm to this family, you just go missing, just like everybody else does. So, you know, that's the way he rolls. It's simple. It's who he is. It's what he's about. Just don't put him in that corner. Same with me. Don't push me into the corner, mate, because I'll come out roaring like a fucking lion and I'll claw your fucking face off. And if I have to arm myself up soon, I will do too. You know, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. They can't keep treating people like this. It's kidnap. Just because what? You got a bit of trauma. Trauma needs compassion and love. The only way that you will beat trauma is with love. Hate is just going to cause more trauma. Bring the love. Yeah? If you've got someone who's going, she's mad, she is. Fucking hell, she's mad, she is. Go fuck off. Mad? Yeah, I'm mad, all right. M-A-D. Making a difference. Oh, yeah, I'm mad, all right. And I hope you lot are mad too, because it's time that we all made a difference. Not just in our own lives, but in other people's too. Because if you can do one little thing that helps somebody do something they might not have achieved by themselves, and that person goes on to do amazing things, your blessings will come in tenfolds anyway. So please, this weekend, be mad, but make a difference. Make a difference. Mad. I even have a Facebook page called Mad Making a Difference. You know, so please, I shall see you over the weekend. I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 lives a day all the way through. I need to get over onto FEA and rile people up. So please don't forget, 17th, we need everybody for, you know, families destroyed by the state. And that's everybody. I don't run it, it's Katie, but tough fucking shit. Katie comes from me, she's a seed of me. So as are most of the ones out there. They've come along, they've got their power, boom. I don't take it, I don't control it, it's not about ego. But at the end of the day, I'm leading this. I'm taking control of this. I'm picking up the fucking wheel, and I'm going to lead us out of the fucking dark. So I pray for you all that as you sleep today, that you will be given your vision, that you will have a great idea, and that you have the strength and courage to act on your intuition and go see that through from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So I'm going to love you and leave her. I'm going to go and check on Graham. He might have gone to sleep. But I just feel that I just need to make sure he's okay. So I shall speak to you all later. Loads of love. Love you lots. And please, you know, spread the love. And, you know, if you can't help someone, then tell them. Don't give people false hope. Just say, you can't help at this particular point. But don't hinder them. Like, really, don't hinder people. If you can't help, don't hinder. Maybe signpost them, point them into a different direction. I can't help you with certain things, and I'll tell you that. But if I can help you to take back your power, take your heart back, take your mind back, take your fucking soul back, and then don't ever let it go away again. Don't allow these people to dogmatize you. Don't tell people to tell you who you are and what you stand for. I pray every single one of you, write down 5 things that you really love and put your energy and focus there. And the more you do what you love, the stuff that you don't like will go away. Even one thing. Have one idea of something that you really love. I know you love your children. I know you want to spend time with your children. So don't go into a bad victim place like that. Anything, be it music, be it writing, poetry, drawing, making pottery, making wood, producing creams, making makeup, designing cars, painting cars, spraying cars. Do you like baseball? This is a baseball bat, by the way. This is a pepper grinder. But so if anyone comes at me, mate, it's a fucking baseball bat. Do you like fruit? Do you like veg? Do you like gardening? Do you like making clothes? Do you want everybody to have nice teeth? Do you love being a hairdresser? Do you want to help people style, dress up? What do you love? What are you passionate about? And if you don't know, go try something for the first time. Go trampolining. Wee, wee, wee. Yeah, go get your roller skates on. Did you used to like football? Go play football. Did you used to like netball? Go do that. Do you like to just sit and listen to somebody? Could you be a counsellor? Could you be a doctor? The best thing that you can do for yourself and your family is to do what you love, to be who you are meant to be, and get out of your own way. And yes, there is a gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's time. Don't build walls. No walls. No walls. We don't want walls. They're very difficult to climb over, but they are quite funny to jump down, but they might break your ankles. Build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be with baby steps. And the only way that you can decide where you want to be is to get a very, very clear vision of what that is. Design it. What does your house look like? Where are you? What country are you in? How do you travel? Do you live in one home? Go and have a look. Go to sales. Go and have a look in houses. Start finding out who you are and what you are about. You know, go and, I don't know, go knitting. Go down to the sports centre and try something. If you don't fancy that, you might like chess. You might like cards. You might just want to look after children. You might just want to sit on a bench with a man who's going to piss all over your leg, who's drinking, and you might just be the person to help him deal with his trauma. And Portsmouth City Council and every other council around the world, it's time that you enabled and empowered your community. Did you never hear of the saying, to give a man a fish or to teach a man? Yeah? The benefit system, all of this stuff. You are not teaching people. You are feeding them. You are making them codependent on your system. The best thing that you can do is bring them in, guide them to who they are. Not, hey, you got to fill out a form and go and get a job, man. Yeah? No. Take the time. You're meant to be work coaches, for fuck's sake. So coach. Be coaches. Find out who they are, what they're into. When they were 11 years old, what did they want to be before the trauma come in? And start from there. So I'd love to see all your photographs tomorrow. And if you went and did something new, please do post them to me. Do send them. I love seeing them. I love seeing pictures of people who have got contact with their kids. And I love seeing people together with the things that wouldn't necessarily have happened. It makes my day. You know, when people want to send me pictures of how big their boy is, you know, and they, you know, they're seeing him for the first time, or they've gone out for a day. And I know it's just, to some people, it's just a day out. But I know what they've taken to get to that place. I know what they've had to go through just for that one day on the park with their kids. There's plenty of you that don't have contact with your kids that are on long-term foster care. I guarantee you can get your kids back. Even the people who have had their children adopted, there is a way to bring our children back. It doesn't mean they're going to see the same people, but the only way they can really do that is for you. I actually heard a mum say, I live in a one-bedroom, I can't take my kids. I live in a one-bedroom and I've got 3 kids in a one-bedroom. There's no excuse. You either want your kids back or you don't. And if you don't, get out of the way of the parents that do, and go take your victim stories and go away. If you want to heal from it, it's different. If you accept that your children are in a place and you want to get yourself ready, that's fine. But I'm here for the people who really have had a miscarriage of justice, who really have been walked all over by the system, who really have been beaten down and labelled and pushed and challenged, and actually do want to get their lives together. And okay, they might not be ready to do stuff, but you might be ready for the day that your child knocks on the door when they're 18. And you can show them. You might have been an alcoholic. You might have been a crackhead. You might have been these things. But you dealt with your trauma. There's nothing in this country, in this Western world, that is so traumatizing. People have bombs dropped on their heads on a daily basis in other countries. People are being decapitated on the fucking streets and necks cut off. The UK, we don't really have it so bad. We get some bullying, rape. I'm not saying that trauma is not significant to you. It is. You accept the reality of the trauma that you've experienced, and then go and have a look at somebody who's been through it worse. What healed me was seeing a 3-year-old on a BBC video over in the Congo, where a mum had been raped and burnt and held to the tree. Something's happening. I'm getting cut off. Amber is calling. Decline, decline, decline. Oh, my phone's not working. And oh, there we go. She got it. No, I can't unlock my phone. It's doing my nothing. It's so cracked. I can't unlock it. It's going to cost me 45 quid to fix it, and that's pissed me off now because I can't do any sales stuff tomorrow now. And I'm not paid until the 18th, and that's less fucking annoying. But hey ho, even my kettle's broken. No fucking kettle. But I am where I am. I may not be where I want to be, but at least I'm closer, and I'm not where I was. So you just got to keep on moving forward. Stop being lazy fucking cows and start being rhinos and picking up. And you know, sometimes we've got to be bulls. School told me I could talk for Britain. I've been told that I can talk for Britain, and I'm hoping that on the 25th I'm going to get to talk for Britain. And then when they come back in September, I will really talk for Britain. It's not about us being divided. It's not about left, rightism. It's not about nationalists. It's not about all this stuff. It's about us as human beings that have a right to thrive. We're not here to survive. We're not here to be picking up dimps on the floor and living in poverty and struggling and living in traps. We're here to live to the full capacity that we can be. We're here to live to the full level. It's not about competing with people and being number one. It's just about being holistic, living to our full benefits, being able to paint, being able to create, being able to cook, make things, do things, and actually live a life, not getting up to go and pay our bills. There's other people out there doing it already, and they're showing a different way. And there is a better way. There is a better way for us all. And it's about time now we're in politics, psychology, and all of that we, the people, educate and influence them. Before I go, if you haven't changed over and you're part of FEA and you haven't changed over to supporting, I'm going to be going through FEA tomorrow, and I'm going to be looking at everybody on FEA, and I'm going to be seeing who's changed over and who hasn't. And if you support us, then I suggest you get your red X's on, mate. You get your things changed over, and you help us completely light up Crackbook to the point that everybody's going, what are these red X's? Anyway, I've got to go. My baby's crying. So I shall see you all later. It might not click out. Yeah, I'm gone.